Name something that he could have improved on, or was there anything that you wish he might have done differently?
Not drive that car.
I was going to say the same thing.
For those of you that don't know, I used to drive a 2001 Buick Century. This car is an amazing car. It still has 100,000 miles on it, so it's really good. We're about to sell it, so if you're interested in that, let me know. But I've been a realtor in this car, and everybody expects your realtor to have a super nice car. Well, it's my first year, and it's been a very successful year, but I was like, you know, new car's on the horizon, but we'll deal with that when we get to. This car's perfect, it's good, there's no payment, this is wonderful. It appeased the investor inside of me. So fast forward to now, I now own a 2018 Mazda CX-5. It was time for me to upgrade not just the image, but the functionality of the vehicle. This is the first brand new car I've ever owned, and I was so uncomfortable when I first got it because I was contradicting every side of the investor in me that was like, there's no payment, you're getting a payment, why are you doing this? And it was just rough. And so this whole video I want to talk about mindset and a shift that you have to make if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to do anything on your own. So the first time that I got in the car, the Mazda, it was insane. I was so uncomfortable. I didn't really understand. I was just like, ugh, this is a lot of money I'm driving around in. I don't understand the point. And then I pulled up to the board, the Greater Springfield Board of Realtors, and an agent that I talked to sometimes, we were just acquaintances. I pulled in and I got out and he was like, hey man, did you get rid of the Buick? And it was at that moment that I realized, oh no. Like if I was known as the guy that drove that Buick, that's crazy. But what I want everybody to understand about the Buick is this. Right before I got into real estate, I was driving to work and I got hit by a logging truck and it moved the car sideways. So there's a big dent in the side of this Buick. It also made both of the back windows fall down. So one is off track and another one's motor was burnt out. And I tried to fix both of them, but then they just fell back down again. So I was like, I'm just gonna duct tape it and it's gonna be fine because I don't wanna waste any more money on it. This is all important to know because I took that insurance check and instead of fixing the car, we used that to pay for my real estate school because I really wanted to get into real estate. And so whereas everybody else was looking at me viewing the guy that drives this 2001 Buick, every morning that I got up and went out and looked at my car, it was this drive to get out of that car. It was a drive to see that car and what that car meant for me. And that car is the reason that I got into real estate, so I really appreciate that car. And the lessons, if you will, that car has taught me in the past year that I've had it. But it was time to move on, and with a little coaxing from my wife and a little coaching from my wife, we decided to buy the Mazda, and it has been amazing. I don't regret it at all. I welcome the car payment. It's so nice, and my clients like it too because they're not having to follow around the 2001 Buick with a big old hole in the side of it. So there's a meme that I saw on Facebook that sums this up completely. It's a caterpillar and a butterfly sitting at a coffee table. And the caterpillar looks at the butterfly and says, hey, you've changed. And the butterfly looks back and says, you're supposed to. And so I just want everybody to understand and know that there's nothing wrong with where you came from because I came from that car. And I know it's just a car, but it symbolizes way more than that for me. There's nothing wrong with using that to get where you're going, and there's nothing wrong with leaving the old stuff behind to find new and better things. I'm Blake Cook from Keller Williams, and I'm out.